S3 bucket. What is meant by S3? Simple storage service. So what we will do in S3 bucket, what we are using the S3. How many possibilities will be there in the S3? What are all the things we can do with that one? That everything we can discuss on this part. Okay. So for accessing S3, first we require permissions. First, you need to go to the IAM. You need to check you have the S3 access or not. How you will check? Directly you need to go to the IAM. So like I'm not saying for the admin users. So in the future we are going to give the only for the specific user only S3 access. So that also we need to check on the here users. We need to click on that one. We need to check is having any S3 permission or not. So not there, just go there, add permissions, attach policy directly, or if you add that person in the group, add to group. So here search S3, S3 full access. But in the future, we are not going to give full access. Only they will ask for the specific bucket. In the production environment, the development will be there, right? So we handling multiple accounts, multiple buckets. The same account we are using for the different persons. So if you give all the bucket access, right, they might do something on other resources. So other production resources or anything, they will do something. We can't retrieve the back, right? So if we did like that. So for that one only, we are going to use the customized policies. We need to create a policy on which bucket that person need to create. Those things are all need to do and attach the policy accordingly and use it. Okay, like this we are going to see. So first we are going to see it in the S3 bucket. See, we came here in the S3 bucket, right? So here, how many options will be there? These many options will be there. Like what this S3, we are going to create the S3 bucket, right? Create S3 bucket. Okay. One main point is S3 is a global. So like if you go and see here, any other regions, any other services. If you go and see any other services, right, you can able to see the North Virginia, Ohio, California, Oregon. So these many things will be there, right? But S3, not like that. It will be globally accessible. Like if you're creating any bucket or anything, right? It will not only single your account, entire world who are using the S3 bucket, right? That all buckets will be together. So if somebody used one thing, right, you're not able to use that bucketing. For example, to create test. Okay, I'm going to create it. It will throw you error. Bucket with the same name already exists. Why it's showing this error? Like while you are creating the new S3 buckets, right? You will get something like what went wrong. I didn't create any bucket in my account, but it's not creating. Why? Because this is a global. In the entire world, in the all AWS accounts together, it will be unique. Okay. So for this one, we need to give the unique name. Civil protect test bucket. Right. I said global, right? You can able to see regions in the global. So here on which region you are going to use the bucket. US East 2, US West 1, Oregon, this like it will be there, right? We need to select. We are using North Virginia. Okay. Like here one option is there, right? Copy the settings from the existing bucket. What is that means? So what is that means in the sense like you already created one bucket. Previously you created one bucket. That bucket having some certain configuration will be there. You are not having that much of time. Just you need to replicate that bucket, but you don't want the objects in the bucket. Like in the bucket, so many objects will be there, right? You don't want that objects. So you are just need the configuration of that bucket. Here you need to choose the bucket. If you choose the bucket, here before one bucket is there, right? So if you click on this one, choose bucket, it will take the configuration of this one. Okay. It will take all the things. So we don't want this thing, right? Just we are telling that we are seeing. So I'm just default only I'm keeping. This is control ownership objects. Written this bucket, object ownership, control ownership of objects written to this bucket from other AWS accounts. Whether users access control list, object ownership, determine who can specify the access to the objects. That means like when you are going to recommend to the some other accounts will be there, right? You are going to give the access of this bucket to other account. on that time we will use the object ownerships. Okay, and this one publicly access setting for this bucket, block all public access. Why? Because we are not going to showcase our S3 bucket to public. Public in the sense, if you keep the you didn't block all the things, you click on the object, that object having the one URL. You click on that one, right? You can able to download all the buckets and data. But you are going to protect your data only, right? That's why you are storing in the S3 bucket. So you need to block all the things. And bucket versioning. Bucket versioning, I will tell you after creating the bucket. Okay, why we use this versioning? What is the use of that one? And default encryption. Here, server-side encryption with S3 managed keys and server-side encryption with AWS Key Management Service keys and dual layer server-side encryption. This will give you the encryption, the KMS key one concept is there. So those things, this S3 will be there, right? This is a default key for the S3. So here in the KMS, we will using the custom managed keys to encrypt. So here it will ask, if you click on server-side encryption KMS, right? AWS key, ARN of the key. So, or else we are not having any key, right? It asks you to create custom managed keys, these are not. Okay. So in the production accounts, right? In the production, UAT and all, generally we will use only S3 managed keys. So in the production and all, we are going to use our own customized keys. Okay. So as of now, I'm going with this one. For this dual layered also, it comes under KMS only. Okay. So I'm not going with anything, just I'm going with a default bucket key. This KMS only, advanced setting. Here object clock is there. Did you see observed? If you enable this one, object clock is there, right? This by default, it will be disabled. Like generally we won't enable this one. We will disable it. Like whenever required, right? Then only we will enable this one. So I'm going to create bucket. So with the help of this one, I'm not having any name is with the 7-info tech test bucket. So it got created. Okay. See here, if you enable the object clock, right? You are able to see additional configuration is required to protect the objects in the bucket that we need to configure later. So here I'm going into the 7-info test bucket. Okay. Now we came here. Then why we using this bucket? You can use anything, whatever you want to upload, right? You can add images, or music, videos, files, or Word document, anything, whatever you want, anything you want, what stuff you had, you can able to upload in the S3 bucket. It's not having any restrictions to upload only this sort of things. It's not having any restrictions to upload. So we got created one bucket. So now what we want to do, we need to upload objects. Like we call it as a files, right? Generally, but in the S3 bucket, that called object, single object. So here I'm uploading two kind of things here. You can add folders, add files. So I'm having SSE test folder. Okay, SSE test, upload. What it will do? It will upload the folder file, all files. Upload. Got uploaded. Close. So what happened here? So here the folder will be there at SIT test, that folder. Inside that folder only file will be there, right? It will be create one folder. Inside object will be there. Okay. It copy all the files from the folder, not only individual file. So if you want to upload only individual file, upload, add file. Which files? See. Okay. Not only single, we can select multiple and we can upload. Okay, every time we don't even want to select only single object and we need to upload. Again, need to go and click on single object. We need to upload. We can upload multiple at a time. Okay, upload. It will be show here. Like what all things. This is a destination. Succeed. If you got failed, why it got failed? Why it got failed? Sometimes you are having any issues with this thing, policy issues, anything will be can able to see. Your configuration, everything you can able to see. this object sharing with other accounts, these things are now. So now we are going to see another thing. See, we uploaded one folder. We uploaded the projects, objects. I'm going to see this one. Okay, here is there, right? Okay, what is this on this one? Now directly we can open it. Welcome to Server objects. From here we can download as we can download it. We can calculate the size of the bucket. We can copy. We can move to other thing. Query with the S3 select. This query with S3 select when we use, right, we require some sort of like we will upload one queries. We'll logs will be there, right? Everything will upload in the S3 bucket only. So on that time, if you want to know, like you want to filter the logs in the particular time period. So on that time you can use this query with the select S3 select, rename, edit storage class. They're having three classes like archive, glacier, S3, the server-side encryption, I told KMS, metadata, tags. Okay, these many things will be there. Here before I told, right, object lock. So here this is on disable enabled, right? We are going to enable this one. Save changes. What will happen on your perspectives if I enable the object lock? What will happen? I'm going to delete the test 2 bucket. It's got deleted. I'm deleting this one. Test bucket will be deleted. Deleted. So directly you can delete all the folders as well. Like this, you will delete the single, multiple files at a time. You won't select, right? Like when you want to delete all the things, you want to delete the bucket, right? If something objects will be there inside of your bucket, you don't delete it. See, I will go and delete the bucket. Delete. This bucket is not empty. Bucket must be empty before you can delete. Delete all the objects in the bucket. Use the empty bucket configuration. Right. You're not able to delete it. It won't come. So first you need to empty all the bucket. Okay. What the option will be there? Yeah. Click on this. Empty. What it will do? Permanently delete all the objects in the bucket. Yeah. We'll create again this one. Or else we'll see this last. See? Okay. That is done. Objects is done. Here actions will be there. What are the actions will be there? Move, internet restore, query with select. Share with a pre-signed URL. Like how many minutes this URL will be worked? 1 minute. To send this one, pre-signed URL. Start. I'm using one thing. I will try here. Access denied. You're opening from here. It's opening. Okay. This is the object URL. Why it's not connecting over all the thing? But while opening here, it's opening, right? With the object URL, we are not able to open. We enabled the publicly accessible denied, right? Before in the permissions, S3 bucket. While creating itself, we seen, right? Block all public access. Then how it will be accessible by a public object, right? Confirm. Need for whatever you're doing, right? You need to confirm the thing in that one. So here you can see, right? Provide access to the provide object stored in the buckets. Bucket policy don't apply. Object one to the other accounts. For this one, objects will be there, right? For the object, we may make this publicly bucket, but we need object also need to be public, right? We need to write a one file. Here you can able to see, right? Version, these things publicly read allow, get object, bucket name. You are copying, right? Where we are adding here bucket policy. So here we will change the bucket name. So publicly read get objects. The star will be there, right? Whatever will be there in the bucket, you can able to read publicly. Say, right? Here you can able publicly accessible. Here we'll see another one. Is it publicly accessible? Not publicly accessible. That is a difference. Okay. For objects, whatever we are going to do, right? So whenever we are providing the things, we are publicly accessed, right? We are going to give the only particular objects, right? And that time we need to update. So in here, we in the permissions, we have added only all the things from this bucket, right? Here we are going to see the folder, only subfolder. See, I'm having this one. I created one S3 bucket. Inside only SID test is there. Okay. I want to make this folder as a public, not all the folders. Okay. So what I will do? I will update the permission here. I will come here. I will edit. The bucket is there, right? After the bucket, we'll use the bucket folder name. After folder, inside the folder, everything will be there, right? We need to access. Like that we gave. Okay. Save changes. What I need to I need to copy the bucket ARM, right? Folder. If you open this one, both will be same. Welcome to C1 Infotech. For that, we need to update one thing, right? We'll update one. Okay, fine. We are going to upload. Object test bucket. Open. Test bucket txt. It uploaded. Close. Site. Now it's got it right. Okay. I didn't deleted the file also in this one, in the bucket. I uploaded directly. What it happened? Automatically it replaced the existing bucket and added the text. Right. So now I'm going to access this one. You are able to access, right? Now I will go and check it for existing objects. Can we able to access this one? In the bucket. See, in the folder we can able to access. These objects we can able to access. Why we are not able to access? What we did, right? Permissions. Yeah, in the policies we added a bucket policy, right? What I gave in the bucket policy. See, before I given the entire bucket in the objects, all objects, but here I specified only SIT test folder. Only folder. What all will be there in the folder, right? It will be update. So in the folder, how many objects will be there that can be accessed by over internet. Right? Other things are not accessible. Example we see. Okay, that one thing. So, and I shown you one thing now. I have updated one content from content on this folder, SIT test. SIT test I updated. Okay. When I update the object, right, it replaces the object. But I want previous one. Why? Because in the local you are updated. You are not able to retrieve. But in the cloud, you are updated. Here also you are not able to retrieve. What is the option to retrieve the data? So that time I told you, right, versioning. I will tell in the middle of the creation of the bucket. That is a bucket versioning. Okay. Come to bucket. Properties. Okay. For this, if you want bucket versioning, right, we need to disable the object log. Object log is enabled. So by default, we enable while creating. That's why it's not giving the things. So what I will do, I will create one more bucket without object log. Same. I'm keeping all the same configuration default. Okay. Blocking all the public access. Bucket versioning. Disabled. We will enable in the bucket. How to enable? If you enable here, right, you will create again new bucket. You won't see the how to disable and enable. Okay. Default encryption I told. So I'm creating the default things. It got created. I'm going to this bucket. I'm uploading one object. So it's uploaded. Right. Then you need to come to the properties. Your bucket versioning is there, right? Edit. Enable. Save changes. So now bucket versioning is got enabled on this bucket. Right. What I will do now, I will update the one object, this object. What it will be. Welcome to Server-Info-Tech. We are checking the object access from the subfolder. Okay. We are deleted. That is not there, right? We'll edit that one. Upload. Add file. Test bucket. Add file. And upload. What we can see the difference here. Anything changed here? Only test bucket only there, right? What it got changed? The same object. If you open this one, same. Checking the object versioning, same. But I want whole thing. Your versions will be there, right? You're able to see how many versions will be there. Two versions. Okay. We'll go with other bucket. First we created, right? We'll check this one. How many versions will be there? Deleted or updated, all the things will be there. Right? Okay, fine. See, we have seen we enabled the versioning, right? We have enabled the versioning and we have updated the same file multiple times. Right? Here you go and see here in the test bucket. If you open this one, what will become? Welcome to Server-Info-Tech. We are checking the object versioning. Okay. But before something is there. Before some other thing will be there, right? We have object and another object. So how to get that after enabling the version? So if you open the object, right, here you can able to see versions. Click on versions. These many versions will be there. Click on this one, open. This is now right. Object versioning. Okay. Click on this. Welcome to Sivan Infotech. We are checking the object access from subfold. First, what we created at that one. Here versions only, in that only we can able to see. Like what are the versions will be there, how many updated this one. If you lost anything on the previous version, right, you can able to download from it. Okay. If you want to check, before we created one more bucket, right? Publicly accessible bucket. This one. This is also enabled by versioning by default. Already it enabled. So that's why in the objects it's showing the versions. You check this one. Object. Click on this one. Versions. These many versions will be there. To check this one, what will be the output? Welcome to Sivan Infotech. You check another one. Check this one. This is deleted. Deleted, it created one more, right? That one. Another one is now. What we are seeing. Welcome to Sivan Infotech. So this is the one, right? So how it will be look like if versioning is not enabled in the bucket. We go or existing one AWS transcribe. This one bucket is there. We go and check the properties. Here any versioning is enabled, disabled. If we go back, objects, click on the object, click on versions. Is there any there? This object has no versions to display because versioning has not been enabled for this bucket. We haven't enabled the bucket versioning. That's why it's showing no versions will be available for this bucket. We have created this bucket, right? That Sivan Infotech test bucket. In that we are enabled the versioning. It's showing the versions. Like that we will do the versions. Okay, that one there. Now we are going to see another topic. Default encryption I told. Like we need to use the KMS key or default S3 key for the encrypting the data. We are uploading the other things, right? So it not be hackable if you give the S3 encryption keys. Intelligent tiering archive configuration. This will be like enable object stored in the intelligent class to tie down to archive class or the deep archive access. I told you before, right? Three types of storage will be there. So if you're storing this object in more than 300 days, 1 year, 2 years, the storage will be there, right? So we are moving that storage into another level, archive state. So it not using properly, like we using regularly in the sense it will become immediately. So if you move to archive, right? So it will be take some time to load for you. Like whenever you are not accessing that immediate right now. So you are using by 1 year or 6 months, 4 months. Occasionally you're using that file. So what it will do, it will analyze all the things. It will move that object to archive state. So archive state now, when we are getting the information right, it will come some delay, not more delay. It will take some time to fetch all the details from the archive state. Here you can able to see, right? Intelligent archive tiling. So we need to create the configuration for this one. Okay, if you create a configuration, we need to give one name. Test configuration something. So here choose the configuration scope. Limit the scope of the configuration using one or more filters. What it means, the prefix. We created one subfolders, right? Before we created one folder. So only on this folder only it will be eligible. Other things are not eligible, like that we are going to see, right? If you are going to do for the only one, this is a one folder test. SIT testers test. This is a one folder. We need to give the slash. This is a prefix. We can call it as a prefix. Prefix in a sense like folders. Okay. Bucket we don't need to give the bucket name front. Some people what they will do. First they will give the bucket name and they put the slash, they will give the folder name. That is a not right thing. Why? Because we are already in the bucket. So which folder you want to do the archive process? So we need to give the bucket folder name slash. Inside that folder, any other folders will be there. You need to give more lengthy, right? Like that, you need to select particular path, or else here below one option is there. This configuration applies to all the objects in the bucket. Click on this one, right? It will be available for all the objects, including all subfolders, everything objects. Next here, archive type. Which rule you are going to use? Archive type until archive type na days until transaction to archive the access type. If you give 10 days, the number of consecutive days without access the before tiring down to the archive access type. This means here I am giving 1 day. Suppose I am giving 1 day, not 10 days. I am giving 1 day here. What will happen? This will, if you didn't access this file 1 day, okay, today you created this file, tomorrow you didn't use, day after tomorrow you didn't use. What it will, day after tomorrow, what it will do, right? It will move this file to which archive access tier. Generally in the standard tier only. It will move to archive access tier. When you keep the days, when it meet the days, right, what we given, it will move to the archive access tier. Like this will go to this one. And next one, deep archive access tier. Here also say you can, the number of consecutive days without accessing the before tiring down to the deep archive access tier can be exceeded up to 2 years. Like a general example, you want, I will give you, right? Everybody using the bank accounts, right? Everybody having the bank accounts. Everybody in whatever we are doing the transactions, everything will be noted. Daily you will go and check your transaction. No, like some people will ask for the some years, 10 years, 5 years. So if you go to the bank, right, what they will do? They won't give immediately. Like PDF or any hard copy, if you ask, right, they won't give immediately. They will ask for a couple of times, like come tomorrow. We'll provide you the hard copy. What they will do, right? They store all these transactions in this deep archive. Like it will more than 2 years, 3 years, they're not accessible, right? It will cost less. If you go with the standard regular thing, right? It will be, amount will be high, but you are not able to regularly using. What the use of we are paying the extra amount. So they will store it in the deep archive. So if they will store, right, they will take some time to retrieve the data from deep archive to standard. Okay. Then again it come to standard, right? Again it will wait for the certain period what we mentioned. If you give 1 day, right? If you retrieved, you went and you accessed that folder. So it got active again. Standard came to standard. If you, that will be in the standard itself. If you go one day, 2 days, after that only it will go to the deep archive again. Okay. Like that we will create. Here we will create a 365 days deep archive. Here they give in the 180 days minimum. You won't keep it for a 1 day, 2 day like this one. Okay. Minimum 180 days. 6 months. You give 1 year, one right, you throw your error. This is 90 days. Up to 730 days. This is having the limit. Up to 730. Can be extended up to 2 years. This one. Creating. So we created a intelligent tiering. One is done. Yeah. I'm explaining how I explaining, right? Single topic in the properties will be there. I'm explaining like that in the single one by one. Default intelligent tiering. Next, server access logging. So server access logging, if you enable this one, it will ask you for the prefix. If you are accessing this bucket, right, these logs will be stored in a other bucket. Like separately we having the separate bucket for the logs. There we will be making a S3 bucket access. So we will creating and we will storing in that bucket. Browse, infotech, SIT, choose path. Like with this folder is there, right? Okay. So access logs will be stored in that bucket. We are going to save. Got it? So in the bucket one, this one, here we saved this one, right? Access log. Nothing will be there. We'll check after some time. We have enabled this server access log. Cloud trail events, cloud trail events will be there. That will become here, like accessing model, access day, everything will be there. Events will be coming here. Even notifications, anything you want to trigger any notifications, create event notifications. To enable the notifications, event name, prefix, suffix. So like what it will be, event notification, you event name. Okay, event name I'm giving like for JPG. Sorry, upload JPG. So in which place? I'm having some 2 to 3 folders will be there. So where you are uploading in the all the bucket or you want to specify anyway. You want to specify folder, right? Prefix I told you, right? The path. We need to give the path. I think you need to open the entire bucket will be like you need to check the JPG, right? Then you need to keep the same thing. Okay. Here you can able to see the one more option called suffix. What is mean by suffix? Like we having some couple of files .xml, .jpg, .html, .zip, Excel will be there, right? Word, doc for the what .doc, like that it will be there, right? To give .doc, so what it will do, right? In the doc folder, I create think like I created one doc folder in my S3 bucket. In that, I'm going to every day or 2 days, 3 days, I'm going to upload the doc type of folder doc object. So then I need to get one notification. When I need to get put means you're going to upload. Okay. Copy, multi-upload, multi-part upload in the sense multiple times you upload it. So this is for the put to post to copy for the all object creations. Object creations only this one. I'm giving them for only object creations. So what I will do, I will take the SNS topic. So I will select SNS topic. So I will take the what having my server reboot is there, right? Okay. I selected this one. I kept save changes. So whenever I upload the extension with a .doc, I will get a notification. Like with extension of doc, it got uploaded. See, unable to validate the following destination configuration. Why? There is a no doc. Right. So for that one, we have so many things like to remove the object, for object restore, object ACL, tagging, replication, redundancy storage, life cycles, intelligent tiering. So intelligent tiering also, whenever it moving to intelligent tiering, right, you will get the notification. We enable the intelligent tiering, right? We click on this one, it will go and it will fetch the things and it will give the notification. This object got go into intelligent tiering. Whenever it time period got it, like that. Even notifications done. We'll check later. So I will go with the static website. Okay, static website in the sense what? This is by default disabled. We are going to enable. Post a static website. Index dot html, not only index.html, you have any things, right? Test.html, those files will be there. That one. Error.html. So right, I created posting a static website. Save changes. It got created static website. How will get to know? Go last. So it's giving the one URL. I'm pasting. I'm accessing this. I'm getting 403 error. Why? Why? Because We're not having any index.html there. We not created, right? Here only these many things are there. I'm going to create one file called index.html. So I'm just entering and creating one file called welcome to 7infotech from static website hosting like that. Save it as index.html files. Save. Oh, sorry. Save as. One minute. So what we did, right? We are going to create one index.html, right? How I created it. I created like with the one text document. See here in the text document, I added H1 welcome slash H1. That's it, right? I'm not saving. I'm clicking save as. Here, I'm selecting in test.html. Already I used index, right? I'm using test.html. All save. So it will create the one HTML. What I will do, I will upload it in the here in this bucket. Upload. Now go and check this one. Static website we create what we created. Properties. To come down and able to see this one. Create open and 403. I think we have didn't enable to the public red bucket. That S3 we are going to access by outside only, right? We need to enable the public permissions. Edit. Disable. Confirm. Done. Still, we need to add the policy. So we add the policy. Now we'll check. What is the issue? Policy issue. That object is not able to call. So we have given right. This is a HTML page. Like this, some people will host their websites in the only S3. Right. If you go with the only object, right, object URL, right, you can able to access the only one thing. But in the HTML, it will be redirect to other pages, right? So HTML page, right, it will redirect to some other HTML files, like it will redirect to one page to other page, right? Those things will be keep here, right? So that will be work in a S3 properly. That's why we use the S3. Instead of we are going to domain, we're not having domain. So we want to try with the static website, right? We can try with this one. How we will use the starting website. We need to enable the first policy, we need to update, and need to create it. And that is done in the objects, properties. Permissions we have seen bucket policies, ownership. Here access control you can able to see, right? This already disabled. Here if you enable this access and ACL enabled, right? Then only these things will come to up. Your access control will be there, right? Everyone publicly accessible group, authenticated user, AWS accounts, S3 log delivery, everything. Metrics on all in the bucket, how much data you utilized. Our total number of objects will be there in object. It will take time to, here the storage classes will be there, right? Analyzing and configuring storage classes. Like what all objects will be there. We can specify to export as a S3, CSV, like Excel. Replication metrics. So here, management. In the management, this is a life cycle rule. Life cycle rule, what it will do, right? Like if you're limiting, like in the before we seen, right? Limit the scope of filters, like a path. This is the all the object. In the all object, in all objects. So you are going to current version object between storage classes. If you reach this one, right? It will be moved to the other object classes, or else it will move non-current versions between the storage classes. We life cycles will be there, right? That will be happen. So expire the current versions of the object. If you click on the expire current versions of the object, in the sense we are setting the timeline. Like here below, you are giving the expiration time, right? Like if you give 1 day, right? After 1 day, this will be going to expire. That means it will be going to delete without intermission. It will be delayed. Like some people will ask, like, okay, I'm using one S3 bucket, in the some objects will be there. So in the objects is storing from 1 year, but I need so many objects will be there. So I want to delete the before 2 months back, what all will be there. I need to delete all the objects. I don't know. See, if thousands of files will be there, now how you will sit and delete single file? No, right? So for this, we will use this one. Here we will kept as a 3 months na 90 days. That's the current version of object. If you save, right, after 0 to 90 days, object expire will be in the 91st day. From the 91st day, you are not able to see. It will be deleted. This is one feature. Permanently delete the non-current objects, delete expired objects, delete makers incomplete multi-part objects. This will be life cycles. What we can do, expirations, everything what can able to do from here. Okay. Replication. Replication rule in the sense you want to replicate the same bucket in other region. Create replication. Give the one name. Enabled. This is a source bucket. We are going to give all. Okay. Destination. Specify the another account. Here you want to replicate this bucket to another account, right? Here specify the bucket of another account. Okay. Account ID, bucket name you need to give. S3 that format will be there, right? That like you need to give. And change the destination bucket owner if you require. If you're not having any existing IAM roles, right? IAM roles will be used for the internal one. So here, if you're using this, choose a bucket in this account itself, means you can select the bucket here. If you want to replicate to that bucket, right? We are going to use the another account only, right? Click on another, add account, bucket name, everything, change IAM role, use IAM role, create existing one. If you click on create new role, right, it will create it. For this, we need to take the required role. What are the required role we require? Encryption, replicate the object in the replication in the sense replicate the object encrypted. When you are transferring to other account, right, it should be encrypted, not normal. So it will be encrypted. If you want to go with the take already default S3, this is a default AWS /S3. AWS has the default KMS keys, right? All are this. If you want to go with the customer management, customer managed keys, choose your from KMS keys. It will give you the customer managed keys here. You're not having any customer managed keys right till now. You're not created, right? Not visible here. Destination storage class and replicate time control, replication time control, delete marker replication. Like these options will be there. You need to select accordingly. Okay. Replication rules done. As of now, these many things I told. What I told till now, I created the object S3 bucket, creation of S3 bucket, object insertion, folders upload, multi-versioning, right? Static website, and which one? This bucket versioning, intelligent tiring, server access logging, even notifications, and static website. And one more, this permissions and all we check the public access, right? Metrics like how much bucket size have, how much object size have, everything we see. Okay.